If you have been using Lightroom and often you come across a situation where Lightroom says photo is missing by adding an exclamation mark on the thumbnails in your library view, and when you take this picture to the develop module and you press the letter D in your keyboard and it opens in the develop module and it says file could not be found, what is the reason for this? Let's understand. By the way, can I please request you to subscribe to this channel so that you get all the updates that we send. Also, it's a good idea to hit the bell icon so that you get instant notifications when we have new content. Well, basically, Lightroom doesn't store any images. It actually points the software to the actual location of these raw files, which could sometimes be in your laptop or your MacBook Pro, or it could also be on an external hard drive. Now, what happens is when you outside of Lightroom move these files, maybe intentionally or unintentionally, you move these files from a point A to point B and then open Lightroom, and you see that Lightroom is now actually alerting you saying it cannot find where this file is. It's a simple case of a connection between Lightroom and your raw file being lost. All you have to do here is go and let Lightroom know where the new location of this particular file is by actually clicking on that exclamation icon and pointing Lightroom to the new location of where you have actually moved this. The best practice would actually be to not move files after you have imported them into Lightroom and keeping them in the permanent location, especially when you're already importing it in Lightroom. So if you want to move it, it's a great idea to move it inside of Lightroom. Otherwise, when you do it for some unforeseen circumstances outside of Lightroom, it's important to come back to Lightroom and find these missing folders and files and relocate these thumbnails to its original raw file, which could be sitting anywhere else than what it was initially told would be the location. Now, this is one reason why Lightroom actually tells you that it cannot find the files. But if you actually deleted the files, nothing can be done. I recommend you not to do that outside of Lightroom, which is why you should learn Lightroom's library module and how to actually cull images, rate them, keyword them, and keep images which you want to process by picking them, and reject images that you don't want by rejecting them, which is something which you can really learn in detail when you go to our Lightroom course, which has actually access to all these videos in detail. We also have exercise files. We have raw files that you can actually import and learn all these things. The link to this course is right below in this description. You can go to. But let's say you have to do post-processing of pictures when you're not able to connect your hard disk. That's where you can actually use Lightroom's very interesting smart previews feature. You can actually be creating smart previews of these thumbnails and photographs when you're connected to your hard disk. And after you've created a smart preview, you can disconnect this raw file connection from your Lightroom software, and in spite of your raw files not being connected to your computer, you can actually be processing your thumbnails sitting on a flight where you don't have a hard disk access or internet access, and you can actually be working on these because you've created something called as smart previews. In this course of Lightroom, you have an in-depth feature on how you can learn about smart previews and exercise them. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Toehold TV. Please press the bell icon below and you'll get a lot of these free nuggets every week, and that's how you can keep in touch with us. Well, if you want to understand Lightroom in depth and understand the library and develop module of Lightroom, please buy this course called Lightroom Classic CC by us, and the link is there in the description of this video below, and after which you can be a master of how to use Lightroom and understand its true intentions.